I feel I'm making something. Or maybe not. It could be your soul. Luminize. Deathgaze FTK. Alright, first I would like to mention this is an FTK deck. There are a couple proxies for post-glory variant. So shoutouts to Joseph Joestar for printing out these beautiful, beautiful proxies. So let's get into the deck list. Reason why Armor Knight Deathgaze is the buddy for now. The proxies only printed out 4 of Gospel, so you might want to switch it out as soon as you get the chance to. Aside for that, let's get into the list. So we'll go for Gospel Deathgaze Dragon, or Deathgaze Reaper. I'm so used to the old Deathgaze where he's a dragon. This one's a Reaper. He is a Black Dragon Death Deep. Pay 1 gauge. He put the top card in his soul. He has Soul Guard, double attack. That really doesn't matter. Thing you're trying to focus on his effect by paying a life, calling 2 cards so that you can deal special strike damage on first turn. And his effect is to deal 2 special strike damage on his attack. And when he connects, you also remove 2 gauge. Next, it's Conqueror of Malice, Veil. It's probably changed due to the English text. Keep forgetting the difference between the two, but I like Veil more. It's symbolizing as being evil. His effect when he's placed, charge and draw. But if you have another death on board, you draw 2 instead. So it's a nice filter card. As well, he has a Spectral Strike. When he sees a monster die by battle, you deal 1 damage. Unlike Deathgaze Reaper, when his attack connects, you deal 2. Then for Armor Knight Deathgaze, same thing as Veil. He's literally a Spectral Strike. When he sees a monster die by battle, you deal 1 damage. Pretty much a vanilla at this point, but yeah, he's essential to the FTK, so you should be running him. Next, you go into your search cards. 3 Apostle Black Dark Burial Davos Ogre. When he enters, you kill a Black Dragon. Search your item or your set spell. You want to get one of those 2 for the FTK. You essentially need both for it. Next, I'm not going to say his full name. I'm just going to skip it. Just call him Void and Naver. I might have butchered his name, but on enter, you kill a Black Dragon. You search a Black Dragon Impact. Next, I only play 2 Chaos Garo Barrack. He's a size 3, which your deck is mostly size 1. So you want to see him early combo, but you don't want to see him in mid, because he'll nuke your board and then you have to reestablish it. Reason why I'm playing it at 2, I do own 4. I just don't see the purpose after you establish your board to have him. That's it. Next is my item. 4 Darkman Knives. This literally protects all your Black Dragons from being bounced and destroyed. My bad. Monsters. Black Dragon monsters. Your opponent can bounce your items and bounce your set spells. So you want to be careful. It does have Soul Guard, and it does have the Spectral Strike ability of 2, but he sees the attack, doesn't need to attack to deal the Spectral Strike damage. So again, just like Armor Knight Deathgaze. So it's just another version of him, but the Spectral Strike is increased to 2. The MVP spell is how you get around Time Dragons. Hunting Ground without alive. When your monster attacks an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot counter if it's a solo swing. So it literally shuts off their clock that nullifies the attack. As well as the fact that when you activate Deathgaze's Reaper's effect, you deal the damage, you gain 2 gauge. Next is we're going to the filter cards, filter spells. I play 3 for the future. Gain 2 gauge. Look at your gauge for a monster. As you notice, I don't run Abigail. I don't want to search anything. My main goal is get all my monsters through the spells, and then all my monsters will search my my essential pieces. Next, I play 3 Obituary. It's a nice discard outlet on your opponent, as well as just pay a gauge draw card. Then I play 3 Murderous Predator. This prevents your black dragons from being rested, as well as they gain 10k 10k, and you draw another card. Next, another filter card, 3 Black Ritual. I know it's proxied and it's already out. I sold my Black Rituals a long time ago, before this deck came out, and I forgot to pick them up when it was released. So I'm just going to wait until the reprint set Beyond Ages come out, just to get them. What it does, it kills a black dragon. You charge 1, draw 2, and gain a life. Next, it's a Brodo clone for Deathgaze only. Death, Ruin, Sense. You pay a gauge. You search your deck up to 2 monsters that's both Black Dragon, Death, and power of 6k or greater. And then your opponent has to discard a card too. So it's another discard outlet. Next is a personal tech of mine, Dead Carrier. What you want is your item to be constantly recycled. So if you accidentally dropped it and you don't have one, you can activate Dead Carrier. Or if you didn't FTK your opponent, which I'll be surprisingly if you didn't, you are able to recur your death cases from your drop zone. Next, last spell card I play is Banquet of the Unrighteous. It's another version of Darrow Barrack, which I kind of like. You check top 3 cards, but you only can pick up a monster from it. And the rest go into drop zone, which helps you build up for Dead Carrier. And the last card you play, and you need to play this, no other jank crap, you have to play Violence Familiar. It's a Black Dragon Impact, so you can search it from Viter. What it does is you need to have 2 Black Dragon cards on the field, you pay 1 gauge, and all your Special Strike increases by 1. That's it for the list. So you want to be careful with dealing with Grace's Sun Deity. So, one shot.